Back at it again. We got a lot to talk about today. Salutes to everybody. I hope everyone's having a good time and a great day. Going to be discussing the Jets, Zach Wilson, Duane Brown, the Jets preseason, all that stuff, man. So call in. The number is 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Lines are open. I'm going to connect the audio really quickly, and I'll get right back to you folks. Hold on 1 second.
Blog Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. I'm back at it again. And it is time to talk Jets. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot going on. You know, Zach Wilson dealing with the injury now. That sucks. We lost him in our first preseason game. We're also going to be talking about that preseason game too. You know, some of the guys that really stood out, some of the guys that need to start standing out before, you know, maybe they're on the outside looking in. We're also going to be discussing, you know, our tackle, Duane Brown. We brought him in. So we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of roster stuff, a lot of things going on. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe. Like that page. The content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. Listen, your boy is on iTunes, okay? Go on iTunes, all right? Search The Long Beach Joe Show, all right? Subscribe to the show. Give me some feedback, all right? Give me a 5-star rating. Give me a feedback. Let me know what you folks think about what I'm doing here, the quality content. Again, salutes to everybody that already does that. Salutes to all the feedback that I get, you know, via social media, all that stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Your boy is also live as well. We host a live radio show on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. All right, search Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Okay, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe there, hit that notification bell, so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see your boy, I'm just telling you that people, they listen to the show. They say, hey, Joe, you know, we listen in every week. I just wanted to check and see what you looked like, you know. You know, ladies telling me, hey, Joe, you're handsome. You're handsome. I listened to you, and then I came on by, and I was like, whoa, all right, this guy's good looking. Maybe I'll start, you know, watching the shows as well as listening. You know what I'm saying? So anything that, you know, is greatly appreciated. Just a regular guy. You know, I'm not arrogant at all, you know. But, hey, people tell me, Joe, you look good. You sound good. You look good. You know, I want to check your live shows out. I want to check your content out. So come on by. Long Beach Joe Jets is the YouTube page. And check out what we're doing over here. A lot of good content we put out. We have a lot of fun over here as well. Salutes to all the savages in the chat, too. Edward, salutes to Spin Max. Leon, is always good to see you in here as well. Salutes to everybody, you know. That's what we do here. We have a lot of fun. So salutes to everybody that comes on by and subscribes to the YouTube page, Long Beach Joe Jets. All right. Long Beach Joe Jets. Come on by. Come on by. All right. I'm also on Twitter as well. Okay. YoungJ000. Again, YoungJ000. It's my personal page. The show's page is at The Long Beach Joe. At The Long Beach Joe. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back, and we can get going. You know, people talk to me about football. They want to talk to me about life, whatever it is. Come on by. All right. So we have a lot of fun doing those things. Now it's time to talk, man. It's time to talk. We got so much going on with this New York Jets football team. So many things happening. But before we get into that, let me tell you something. As much as, you know, we've been excited about this offseason, you know, one of the things that I really love doing this offseason, not just connecting and talking to people, is being able to reach out to my Jets brothers and sisters and really get their thoughts, their opinions, their ideas on what's happening with this football team, what direction we're going in. How are they feeling about the temperature, of what this team is doing, some of the moves that we've made, some of the things that we could be doing, some of the things that we're seeing as well out there on the field during preseason. And I'm going to bring on a guy that definitely has made sure that the Jets fans in his area is well connected with each other. They have a lot of fun. They sit down and really enjoy watching games together. And they always know that, hey, even when they're even though they're outside of New York, they can always sit down with their brothers and sisters wearing green, talk about this team, watch this team, and bleed green together. So I'm going to bring in Chris Giblin of the Dallas-Fort Worth Jets fan club to talk to us about his experiences and his club and everything that they're doing up there, Dallas and Fort Worth. Salutes to you, Chris. I want to thank you for coming on the Long Beach Joe Show. How are you feeling tonight, my friend?
I am doing great. How are you, Joe?
I'm all right.
It's been a long time.
I'm telling you, it has been. But it's good to hear from you. I'm glad you're in great spirits, man. Listen, can you tell my audience what made you become a Jets fan?
Man, I tell you what, part of it has to do with being a Mets fan. My first real sporting event in New York was at a Mets game, and of course going to Shea Stadium and just connecting that way, knowing that the Jets played there, and wow, this is awesome. Two New York sport teams play right here at this stadium, and the fire was lit there, and going all the way back to 1980, and that, and then going through the Mud Bowl and everything there. And I've been a long-suffering Jets fan and Mets fan ever since.
Man, I know that's there's a lot of people that, talk about their road to becoming a Jets fan. I always bring up, there's a lot of my a lot of my close friends that are Jets fans just say, listen, I grew up in a household where, once I became of age, I was looking around saying, hey, all right, this football thing's really cool. I wonder, what team I'm going to rep. And immediately my mom and dad looked at me and said, put this green jersey on. That's the end of it. And they were Jets fans for the rest of their lives. And here they are, however many years later, still, repping that green and white and going forward. So it's always wonderful to hear, the path to suffering like the rest of us, what I mean? Because it's been some tough times. Times, Chris, but we turning things around now. When we talk about, everything that you folks are doing there in Dallas, how did your fan club come about, man?
Man, this started right about, 2009. And, I've been down here watching Jet games forever by myself or with a few of our now, I call them the OG members. We got a member, Ray, that's been watching Jet games with me since the 90s, late 90s and into the early 2000s. Another guy, Marty, and we've ran together. And then in 2009, I met, another Jet fan that formed this club with me, and we just decided, hey, let's do it. We were watching games at a Bills bar. And we're like, hey, let's do this now, and we started working the social media, and it grew from there. And thankfully, the team was getting good, and that always helps. And it just lit the fire, and we've grown ever since. And even though, we haven't had many great seasons since, but we've managed to cultivate a strong fan base down here.
Yeah. And like I said, I remember, just going back and forth with a lot of people in that area talking about how much fun you folks have. It's always beautiful to hear because, again, I'm not a guy that's on the East Coast either. I'm outside of, that New York area. So when I run into fellow Jets fans around here, it almost brings me to tears to keep it real. And we look at each other and
right.
we go, we start talking and chit-chatting about what's going on with the football team and how we feel. And, again, we've had some rough years. So it's always been, hugs and, hey, man, we're going to get it together. We're going to be all right. But there's a lot of excitement about this year, coming up. But we'll see, going forward, especially with the issues that we have. But, where can people come and hang out with you and your fan club so they can have those conversations? Can you give us the address and, all that stuff about where you guys kind of meet up and watch games together?
Right now, we have a location in Arlington, which is actually not far from the Cowboys Stadium in southern Arlington. So that's Unions. And it's actually a bar that is co-owned by one of our members. He and his buddies own a bar in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And it's a new bar that opened up last year, which for a great opportunity is we're looking for a permanent home. And this bar to help us out down there. And that Jet fans everywhere. And, with things going on, gas prices, everybody wants it right next to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're still looking for other locations here in Dallas. I'm trying to nail one down here right before the end of preseason. And so we'll have a place both up in the north and in the southern part of Dallas that Jet fans down here can gather at and just have a great time. We draw good, especially in the beginning of the season. We make the bar happy, but the team really has to take it from there to help us out and keep these fans coming. Because let me tell you, we live here in Dallas, Texas, and weather is beautiful deep into the season.
Yeah.
And if the team doesn't hold the attention of the fans, they start looking elsewhere. I'm sure our friends out in San Diego will tell you that, and Tucson and such like that. So it's really, with the team, we've done well with the team, with drawing people to our bars, but with the team continuing to struggle, the attention span gets shorter and shorter each year.
Yeah, and you're speaking the absolute truth. Now, again, we're speaking with Dallas Fort Worth Jets fan club, guy Chris Giblin, giving us some amazing takes on what they're doing out there in Dallas Fort Worth, bringing people together. Now, you talked about being in that Dallas area. Man, I've been down there for games, and it was unbelievable. That is Cowboys Nation. Let me tell you, I got a lot of Cowboys fans that are some of my friends as well, and they lose it down there for the Star. Can you tell us what it's like being a Jet fan in that area? How does it feel when you walking around and you're wearing your green and white jersey? Do you guys get disrespected? Are you guys, kind of pushed aside? Are you guys kind of looked at as, Jets fans, yeah, your team's kind of loses. What is it like being there?
Well, let's see. We have more playoff wins than the Dallas Cowboys over the last couple of decades. We've also beaten them head-to-head, 4 straight times? The last time that we lost was 2008. That was the last time that we lost head-to-head to them. Other than that, we've beaten them 5 out of the last 6 times that we've met head-to-head. So we have a little bit of bragging rights over them. But, the hard part is that when you're playing and you're losing, and you get people at the bar that want to chirp at you, blah, 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 about the Cowboys. And, luckily we don't play at the same time as them much during the year. So, it's just a little bit of back and forth that you get. Unfortunately, one of our last bars decided they wanted to be more Cowboy-centric than to cater to us. So that's why we're looking for other places. But, because we're not, it would be different if we were, in Bills country or Dolphins country or something like that. But they just tend to flex, and live in the past about their 5 rings, and we put them in their place.
Yeah. I mean, that's how a lot of my Dallas Cowboys friends are. They're very much stuck in the past. They want to talk to you about Emmitt Smith and all those things, and those are wonderful players, but that was a long time ago. Things have changed. Things have changed. Now,
exactly.
Now talking about things changing, I know we talked a bit about your fan club and everything you're doing there. I want to talk to you a little bit about this football team, man. Because I know you got some takes. I know you've got some things that is on your mind about this current squad. Now, listen, we've all went through it, and now we're seeing that Zach Wilson is, out 2 to 4 weeks with that bone bruise and that, that meniscus injury as well. What are your thoughts and feelings about that? How did you feel immediately when you saw him go down, man?
I felt a big lump in my throat, like there goes the season, and there goes people wanting to come out and watch this team, and me trying to convince the bar to invest in us, just from that standpoint, running a fan club. It's, I have no other interest in this except getting fans to come on out to this thing. But when you deal with bar ownership, it's all about who you're bringing, right? And can you bring the crowd consistently for them to invest in us? So, that's a big thing. It's like, oh boy, there it goes. But seeing now what it is, it's 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, that's fine. Let's let Flacco take over. Let's let him work with these younger receivers, right? You got a veteran presence to work with the younger receivers and Wilson and Moore and develop them a little bit and get them on the right track. And hey, if we're winning those first 2 games or whatever, you may want to let Zach sit just a couple more weeks and let him absorb from the sidelines and then come on in and take over. Because we've seen that across the league where, sometimes these young quarterbacks sit for a few weeks and then they come in and they take off like wildfire.
So,
and maybe that's what we need instead of the throw him to the wolves approach.
Okay, so here's my question: is that because you're saying that you want him to sit for a few weeks? Now, are you saying you want him to sit for a few weeks to get fully healthy, or are we talking a fully healthy Zach Wilson? You want him to sit if Flacco, let's say Flacco is playing for 2 weeks, you still want Zach to sit after week 2, even if he's fully healthy?
If the team is playing well, the offense is clicking, and we're winning, then you might want to do that for just a couple more weeks. And you know that with Flacco, the tread's probably going to come off at some point, and then you can put Wilson in there. You may not want to mess with, and that's just you looking out for the team more so than just the player.
But are you really looking out for the team if Zach Wilson is supposed to be the guy, that is our future, that is our franchise quarterback? Everybody that I've spoken to, every Jets fan that I've encountered, even the media is talking about how this guy is going to be a top 10, top 15, top 10 quarterback. Every Jet fan I've met is not even talking about top 15. They're saying, hey, he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. So if he's fully healthy, and I know you believe that he's a franchise quarterback as well. We've had our back and forth too. If everybody believes that this guy is a franchise quarterback and he's going to ascend, why don't you want him on the field as soon as he's fully healthy? And I want to make this very clear before I give it back to you. I do not want to see Zach Wilson touch a blade of grass on that field until he is fully ready to go. Until he's fully ready to go, that knee is fully healthy, he is cleared by everybody, I don't want him touching that grass. But why do we have to sit him if Flacco is playing and the team's doing solidly? Shouldn't Zach Wilson be put back out there to continue the wins, continue what we're doing?
Well, you also talk about you talk about the physical aspect. What about the mental aspect? Did he look? Saturday there was a red flag on Saturday. Did he look like mentally sharp? We hear great things about practice, but then you put him out there in the game situation, and it's like all of a sudden here come the overthrows again, and here comes this again, and then we had the pick. So maybe what I'm talking about is, and I'm not talking a permanent benching. I'm just talking about letting him sit, and maybe the 2 weeks that he's out, let's say he's out 2 weeks, maybe that does it. That's for Saleh to work and LaFleur to work through, right? If he is sat and he is absorbed, and they can communicate properly that, okay, I get it, I see what we're trying to do offensively, then yes, put him out there. But if not, if there's even a question that maybe he just needs to sit there and learn just a few more weeks. Not the whole season, not half the season, just a few more weeks. Let's see how Joe takes us. Now, if Joe falls apart, yeah, hey, 2, you're up. Get on in. You're now QB1 permanently.
Well,
and it's nothing bad. It's just look at our history of us throwing quarterbacks continually to the wolves. Mm-hmm. And what happened?
Yeah, but this is year 2. This is the year that he's supposed to. Oh, I think we lost Chris. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in. But this is year 2 for Zach Wilson. This is the year where he's supposed to take that next step forward. He's supposed to become that franchise quarterback that everybody needs him to be, right? Everybody needs him to be. If he's not out on that field when he's fully healthy, if he's not, then I don't know what to say. I'm not a guy that's looking to keep Joe Flacco out on that field. If he comes in and he looks solid and the team's playing solidly, then guess what? That's great, because that's what we brought Joe Flacco in here to do. That's exactly what we did. We brought Joe Flacco in here to be a backup quarterback. And, if, knock on wood, Zach Wilson went down like we've seen, right, with the knee injury, then, hey, we ride, him until Zach Wilson is able to return. Zach Wilson is supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be the guy that leads us into the future. Everybody is so worried. Listen, I get it. It was one preseason game. One. It was just like a drive in a preseason game. But the only way to see if Zach Wilson, to figure out who he's going to be at some point, right, is to put him out there on the field and allow him to play. That's it. Zach Wilson progressing and getting better equals wins for the New York Jets. So I don't get it. I kind of disagree with that. We're going to bring Chris back into the conversation. Salutes to you, Chris. I know we lost you for a second there. But just kind of moving on from that really quickly, what are your thoughts about Sulla this upcoming season? How are you feeling about him? Do you have faith in him, and do you like what you saw out of him last season?
Yeah, I sure do. I think he's fired up. He's a solid coach. I have no problems with Coach Sala, especially over what we've seen over the last few years before that with Adam Gase. This guy is light years ahead, and he brings an enthusiasm and a passion for this to the Jets, and he genuinely wants to win. Everything that I've seen through, the One Jets Drive series and things like that, he is all in for this, and that is he is Rex Ryan without the buffoonery, the passion, the enthusiasm for New York, without the buffoonery.
Yeah. Okay, I loved Rex. I love with the fire and stuff. But yeah, after a while it did get a little old. I think that's why we had to let him go. But Rex was a monster. But I love that take. I think that Sala is going to be a very solid coach in this league. We're already seeing him being able to do a lot of stuff. I love how he utilizes a lot of players and gets the best that he can out of them. And especially again going forward with all the things that we have here now, all the pieces. It's going to be exciting to see what he can do in this upcoming season. So my final question before I let you go, Chris. What was your favorite free agency signing, man?
And probably re-signing Braxton Berrios.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people that was excited about that.
I think having, and that's just re-signing our own free agents, I guess. But, having that continuity on offense and somebody that Zach has a rapport with is just, outstanding to keep these weapons. Time and time again, we have seen the Jets just cast away, these receivers that we've had, whether it be, Braylon Edwards, Jericho Cotry, et cetera, that a quarterback has had a rapport with. And you're like, wait, what? Just for a few dollars. It's not worth, he's not asking for the world. He's just asking to be paid a bit, and that helps. And then probably after that, I would say signing both the tight ends. That finally having legitimacy at the tight end position, and on offense. Finally concentrating on offense. Yeah. Who would have thunk that, Joe?
Yeah. I know. It's shocking, isn't it? In an offensively driven league, the Jets have finally figured out that maybe we should invest in offense.
Amazing.
It's unbelievable, Chris. But before I let you go, Chris, you given us some great takes. Again, please share with my audience everywhere that they could connect with you folks out there in Dallas or Fort Worth with your fan club, and just where they can meet with you guys and watch games and have fun together.
Absolutely. Keep up with all the information for Gangrene DFW. That's our brand, Gangrene DFW. We have gangrenedfw.com. We have Gangrene DFW on Facebook. That's our Facebook group. And then also our Facebook page is New York Jet Fans in Dallas-Fort Worth. That is our Facebook page and our Twitter handle. Those are the best ways to connect. The website will have our bar information on there, where we're going, any updates to that as we approach the season. We also have a donate button on there if anybody wants to donate just a few shekels to keep the Green Beacon in Dallas-Fort Worth going. Listen, in 2023, the Dallas Cowboys will be hosting the New York Jets, and we will be delivering them another beatdown in their home stadium, and we are going to throw a party just like we threw in 2015. And Joe, you weren't there in 2015, but you will be there next year. You will put that on your on your travel schedule, and you will come on out here, and we will light this place up in 2023 when the New York Jets come down here.
Absolutely. Listen, Chris, I want to thank you for calling in. It's always phenomenal to speak with you. You have yourself a good night, my friend.
Absolutely, Joe. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Jets, Jets.
Yes. Listen, Chris got some fire. All right, he came with some takes, and there's a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. Again, if you're in that Dallas-Fort Worth area, get involved with everything that they are doing. Get involved with everything they're doing, all right? Get on over to that Facebook page, all their social media, follow them. And I'm telling you, get involved with those people. They're great people, and they really connect with each other and have a lot of fun, lots of fun, talking about the New York Jets and everything that we are doing. And now it's time to get into it. You heard us talk a little bit about what was going on with Zach Wilson. For those of you that don't know, Zach Wilson on his second series was running outside. He made a cut back inside, okay? Off that right knee, tried to cut left, and the knee buckled. He went down. This was like the second series of preseason. Goes down and got up limping heavily. Then he got down again, and the medical staff came out. Things were not looking good. And immediately there was a lot of talk, especially after he was taken to the locker room. There were people coming out saying, oh, he tore his ACL. I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just saying what actually happened, okay? I respect everybody, all reporters, all that stuff. A lot of people close to the organization making, tweets and posting on social media that, hey, he's definitely hurt himself really badly and he tore his ACL and all these things. Well, as they got the MRI, things continued to start to fold out. After the MRI, it was, he was diagnosed with a bone bruise and a meniscus tear. Okay. But we were told, immediately there was no ligament damage to the knee and that Wilson was going to undergo arthroscopic surgery. Okay. Which actually happened today. Now, they've looked at the knee. Initially, the diagnosis as well came with a timetable of 2 to 4 weeks being out. 2 to 4 weeks. And we were like, okay. But, again, that was contingent on the arthroscopic surgery. If they went in there and saw more damage and it was worse than what they thought, of course, that would stretch the length of the time of him being out. And so we were all just hoping, hey, we'll see what happens, what's going on, what's going forward. Well, he has the surgery today. And according to reports, again, this is breaking news because he just had the surgery today. They go in there and they found that, hey, his surgery was deemed a success. There were no surprises from the original diagnosis. And again, the New York Jets are not trying to rush him on the field. They're not going to do any of that until he's 100%. So it seems like now we can stick to the 2 to 4 week scenario that we have, the 2 to 4 week diagnosis that we have for Zach Wilson initially. Okay. Now listen, I am a guy, again, I made it very clear just a second ago. I do not want to see Zach Wilson rushed back. I truly, truly don't. Okay. Until he is 100% ready. Until that knee is 100% ready, do not put him on the field. But again, 2 to 4 weeks, we look at it. We still got 2 weeks of preseason. We still got another 2 weeks, going into the season. That'll put us at about week 2. Week 3 is, I think we'll probably see him possibly week 2, but week 3, week 4 is where I think he should come back week 4, because that means that thing would be 100% healed by then. I have no issues with them holding him out until week 4 at all. But right now, people are saying maybe week 1, week 2, week 3, he could possibly be back. More so week 2 and week 3. So that was, it sucks to have a QB get hurt. Nobody wants that. But from what we thought initially, and there's a lot of people, again, salutes to all the savages in the chat, NY Jets FL, all my guys, Monty, everybody in there. I'm sure you guys, Edward Stewart, talking about it, saying, hey, there was a lot of people on social media, again, that are close to the team that were tweeting that ACL was done, okay? There were doctors as well online tweeting that ACL was done, okay? And we all thought that when he went down that the season was done for him and that was it. It really took the life out of the stream. I was streaming, with the Savages as well, live watching the game together. So it's good to hear 2 to 4 weeks. Surgery went well today. We'll see how we continue forward. But, yeah, and we're going to get to the callers in just a second. Jason, I see you, everybody on the line. The lines are hot. We'll get to everybody in just a second. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Listen, to talk just a little bit about the preseason game really quickly. Zach Wilson started off. It was rough. Okay, that first drive, the offense looked a little off. He actually threw a pick on the first drive. That was an interception. He literally locked in. That interception was a little weird. Okay, he pretty much locked into the wide receiver. Predetermined that he was going to throw it to the guy. And the Eagles defender, all he had to do was read Zach's eyes and just stroll over into the passing lane to get that easy interception. I mean, it was ABC. So there was a lot of talk, post the game that Zach was nervous, and it seemed like there was a lot of nervousness in him, of course. But he's got to clean those things up going forward. But again, it's a preseason game. I'm not sweating it too much. But again, there's all of a sudden there's a lot of uproar about, hey, if Joe Flacco is playing well week 1 and week 2, then just let Zach Wilson sit down and don't play him. And I'm just like, whoa. I just, spoke about this with Chris as well. I've been going back and forth with a lot of Jets fans that are now saying this. And I just don't understand it, because if he's the franchise guy that everybody has been telling me this offseason, I mean, everybody. I've talked to every Jet fan that you could possibly talk to, and everybody has told me that this guy is going to be a franchise quarterback, that he's easily going to be a top 10, top 15 quarterback in this league. Well, if he's going to be that guy, then why are you sitting him on the bench if he's fully healthy? Again, if he's fully healthy, if Joe Flacco is playing, solidly and doing what he needs to do as a backup quarterback, that's wonderful, because that's what we brought him in here to do. But this team is built for Zach Wilson. This is Zach Wilson's football team, period. Zach Wilson is the face of our franchise, period. We took this guy second overall. He's the second pick in the first round, all right? Second pick in the first round, okay? You have to put him out there on the field to figure out what he's going to be, especially with all the weapons and everything that we have. This was all built for him to succeed this year. The biggest problem with that mindset as well is the less you see Zach, the less you know about him. The less you see him out there on the field, making decisions, the less you know about how talented or untalented he is. The problem with that is when it comes contract time, and again, these guys are on deals. By year 3, you want to have a good idea of what a guy is. That's what you want. That was one of the issues that we had with Sam Darnold. That was the biggest issue that we had. Does anybody remember that? We could not properly evaluate Sam Darnold because of various reasons. We gave him Adam Gase. He never had weapons. He never had protection, right? So we couldn't figure out what the heck he was. Joe Douglas even sat on a podium himself and said, hey, if I didn't have the second pick in the first round, we wouldn't be talking about drafting a quarterback. We wouldn't be talking about it. So they made it very clear that, hey, if I didn't have the second pick, we wouldn't be moving on from Sam Darnold, right? Now, you play the young guy because when that time comes to give him a contract, and we've seen that when you have to invest in young quarterbacks in today's times, you invest very heavily. Look at Patrick Mahomes. My God, he owns half of Kansas City. Look at, what other guys have gotten paid. Unbelievable numbers, right? We're seeing that number for QBs going north. Guys getting paid out your ears, okay? So when it comes time to have to pay Zach Wilson, you better know every single thing that you need to know about him, because it's going to be a heavy investment. So I want to figure out what he is and what he isn't immediately. This is year 2 of Zach Wilson, not year 4. Not year 4. This is year 2. He needs to be put out on that field when he is fully healthy to run this offense. By the way, if you think that Joe Flacco should be staying out there, that means you think that Joe Flacco is better than Zach Wilson. And if you think that Joe Flacco is better than Zach Wilson, why is Joe Flacco on this, or why is Zach Wilson on this team? Why was Zach Wilson named the starter? Those are all questions that I have. So I hear everybody's take and I understand it, but the second that Zach Wilson is healthy, I want to see Zach Wilson out on that field, because we need to see Zach Wilson out on that field, because the progression of Zach Wilson equals wins for the New York Jets. And if he's bad, we gonna know he's bad, and then we can move on from there. But hiding him behind a 37, soon to be 38-year-old quarterback, I don't think is the right way to go, especially when we've been talking all offseason that this guy is going to be a top 10, top 15 quarterback. Where did that go? That's my only question. And again, I'm not Captain Zach. I'm not here saying that Zach Wilson is going to be Aaron Rodgers. What I'm saying is I want to figure out what he's going to be. What is he going to be? Is he closer to being a top 10 quarterback, or is he closer to being Ryan Leaf? I need to know. And the only way to know that is putting him out there on that field and allowing him to play. So I don't understand, some of those takes. Again, there's guys in this league, right, that have definitely stepped up after their second season. Imagine if the Bills would have just cut bait, because there's a lot of Jets fans, and I'm keeping it all the way real, and we'll get to the callers in a second. Jason, Monty, I'll come to y'all in just a second. There's a lot of Jets fans that I had talks and discussions with that are already to move on from Zach Wilson. They're just ready to do that. I'm keeping it 100% real. Salutes to all the Savages. I'm pretty sure y'all have encountered them too. Imagine if the Bills would have cut bait with Josh Allen after year 2. Where would they be? Josh Allen was as up and down as you could get, but they understood his problems, and guess what? They continued to coach the kid. Turns around year 3, and now he's an MVP. Well, he was an MVP candidate. He's going to continue to be that, we would guess, right? Because he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. It's crazy to say that. I feel so crazy saying that because I respect the Bills. I don't like them. I respect them, though, right? So we've got to, start really thinking. Jets fans want to draft a new quarterback every single year. Every year. But you don't want to go through the process to properly develop them? I don't understand that. I don't get it. And I also hear the talk about, hey, well, it's nothing wrong with sitting guys behind a guy and all this. Listen, it's year 2. Why are you still sitting him behind people? To learn. With the quote fingers, to learn. This is year 2. He's got to go out there and execute those plays. He's got to go out there and get it done on the field. And sitting people, throwing quarterbacks to the wolves or starting guys in their rookie years, it's nothing new. This has been going on for quite some time. There's a list of guys in this league that are successful that started their rookie years. We saw Josh Allen playing in his rookie year. We saw Lamar Jackson playing in his rookie year. We saw Joe Burrow play his rookie year. We saw Justin Herbert play his rookie year. I can keep going on the list of guys we saw playing in their rookie years, and I'm not comparing Zach Wilson to those guys. That's not what I'm saying. We're still trying to figure out what Zach Wilson is, although most of us, pretty much all Jets fans, even most of the media, believes that he's a franchise quarterback and he's a guy that can lead this team for years to come. But this whole mentality of it's the 1980s again, and you can sit guys behind people and wait. We don't have that luxury, okay? When people bring up guys like Tom Brady and Mahomes and, other guys, guess what? They went to teams that they had a luxury of doing that. Mahomes sat behind, Alex Smith. They had the luxury of doing that. That was a good football team. They had a guy ready. They had the time to sit, Mahomes behind him. Brady had the time ready to sit behind Bledsoe. Those were teams that were going to play. We didn't have that here. So we don't have to sit him behind a guy. He's already out there. This is year 2. We need to figure out who Zach Wilson is. And it's time to put him out there on that field when he's fully healthy. I don't care what Joe Flacco has done in those first 2 weeks. I don't care. He needs to get on that field. That's my take on that. So we're going to hear it. Again, I'm not Captain Zach. I'm just saying I want to see what this guy is. All right. We're going to get to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are talking Zach Wilson. We're talking the injury. We're talking Eagles preseason game when we played them. We're talking standout. We are talking about it all. Also, please give a stream a thumbs up. All right. Wherever you're watching me from, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe as well and hit that notification bell. Share the stream with your friends and your family. It's always greatly appreciated. You can also give to the stream if you like. There's a super chat there. Please hit the super chat if you can. Cash App is at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Salutes again to all the Savages in the chat. NY Jets FL, Spin Max, Mo, BK Trainer. Good to see you in here as well. Edward. everybody just talking and going back and forth. So we're going to get to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. First caller I'm going to is my guy, Jason. Jason, salutes. Monty, we'll come to you in a second. Jason, man, it's good to hear from you. Salutes, good to see you today, my friend. Listen, Zach Wilson down 2 to 4 weeks. Bone bruise, meniscus tear, had the surgery today, man. How did you feel the second you saw him go down, man?
Man, just him going down. The night was rough as it is. Just him going down, it just made you go, oh no. Oh no. The panic button was hit on everyone.
Yeah.
And we all were praying. We all became Christians and hoped that he somehow did not tore an ACL. And you know what? Lo and behold, he didn't tore that. So we all hoped, and it all paid off. But man, that game, most of us, that game did not matter. We were just praying on Zach Wilson that night.
Yeah, it was rough. It really sucked the life out of us, and especially, again, what made it even tougher was hearing, different people, again, in the media or even close to the New York Jets football team talking about how, hey, it could be a torn ACL. A lot of people were leaning, saying it was a torn ACL, and that really sucked even more of the life out of it. So now when you look at the situation, again, he'll be out 2 to 4 weeks. The surgery went really well today. What are your thoughts on some fans that are concerned about Zach Wilson and his ability to not stay healthy? Like, he can't stay healthy, especially with his injury history. Does that concern you going forward with him as well?
Well, one of the things you got to knock on him for is that game, that play before. He should have just went out of bounds, and if he did, he may not have been injured. And so, you know what? There is some criticism on his side, and he needs to know when not to, and hopefully he learns by this that you don't take the hit, especially in preseason. Preseason, you don't take those kind of hits. Those games don't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. That was the thing I thought the second that we saw that. It was like, man, you got to get out of bounds. Zach was slide and get down. I remember I said that, and then he got up. He was limping. It was like, oh, man, this is crazy. So, again, now that we've got, hey, it's 2 to 4 weeks, it sucks, but I'm okay with that. We'll see him again this season. I'm kind of excited about that. Now, going forward, man, with Zach being out again, probably missing time during this season, possibly maybe up to week 3, week 4 at this point. That's what we're thinking. Who do you think the Jets should turn to? Because there's a lot of people talking about Flacco, but there's also a lot of people discussing Mike White, being in the running as well to possibly be the New York Jets starting quarterback while Zach Wilson is out. Who do you prefer?
To be honest, I would like to see Mike White because he's a young player. I would like to see more of him because last year he looked really good. I know he had like the one game that he was bad, but he's our backup, and he's very young, so it's good. I want to see his development. But Joe Flacco is the veteran, and he's a great player. No, he's not a great player. He's a good player to have as your back because he knows he's been in the league for about 17 years, so he has seen everything. So he's the type of player that can continue without skipping the beat.
Yeah.
So I would assume Joe Flacco would start week 1 if Wilson starts stalling.
Yeah. So when you look at the New York Jets defense, there were some struggles there, but I tell you what, this guy Michael Clemens was going crazy. How did you feel about his performance against the Eagles in that game?
You know what? It's exciting, man. And hearing this whole offseason in practice that he was getting to the QB. So you know what? It's good to see that on the field now. And you know what? Maybe he'd be a star player that comes out of nowhere and be able to get to a QB.
Yeah. So my final question before I let you go, we're going up against the Falcons. We know we got the joint practice coming up. I believe it's the 19th and the 20th. When you going into this game, what player do you look at on this roster and say, hey, man, you need to step it up because your roster spot is in danger because you haven't necessarily performed well enough?
Denzel Mims, he had a couple good catches in the first half, and then he just started dropping and cost us the penalty. He, in my opinion, he might be on the trade block, and depending on how all these other receivers play out, he may be off this team within the 53 roster. So if I was him, I would be showing this next couple of weeks everything you got.
Yeah, you're speaking facts, Jason. Listen, let's give Jason a hand. This was a call, man. This was quite a call from him. Yeah. Let's give him a hand. Let's give him a hand. Whoa. Not too much. Not too much, all right? I like Jason, but I'm not paying y'all extra. I'm not doing that. Listen, Jason, I got to get back to these lines, all right, my friend? Thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Have a wonderful night. Jet up.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, Jason calling in with some fire. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Also, as well, the New York Jets, everybody knows, has signed Duane Brown. He's officially going to be our left tackle. 2 years, $22 million. We're going to move Fant to the right side. He's going to be our right tackle now. We're going to be discussing that tonight as well. And the Jets made some cuts, too, to get down to 85. Luke Barco, Derek Kelly, Tim Ward, Rashad Davis as well were the guys that we had to move on from to make, get down to 85. So those cuts are going to keep coming. They're going to, come up as well after the next game. And let me tell you something. Mekhi Becton is officially on the IR now. So he's officially done for the season. So that ship has sailed for him to come back. We'll see, what's going on with him going forward next season. So we're going to get back to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Next, I'm going to my guy, Monty. 678, Steve, Mike, we'll get to you in just a second. Monty, we're going to have you come on. Salutes, Monty. Listen, anytime Monty's in the building, I know. You want to know why?
What's up?
The alarm goes off. That's why I know. Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
What's going on,
doing,
Monty?
man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. My security system goes off anytime you show around. Anytime you show up, my security system goes off.
No security. No. I don't need security today, man. I'm chill, man. I just had a wonderful baby girl, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everything. I'm gonna be chill tonight. I'm gonna be chill tonight, man.
Listen, salutes and congratulations to you on the child. Children are a blessing.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you nothing but the best. With your child, and I wish,
yes, sir.
Them much success in their life as well. Now, listen, Monty.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. We are talking about Zach Wilson. That bone bruised meniscus tear. It didn't look like that initially when it went down. How did you feel the second you saw Zach Wilson, go down with that knee injury? What were your thoughts?
I really, my thing with Zach Wilson, I think he's a hell of a player. But when he went down, I honestly really didn't think anything of it. I didn't think the season was over or anything like that. I thought Flacco was a more than capable backup to be able to lead us into the season. I think this is probably the best team that he's played on since he was with the Ravens. But Zach, especially after seeing that interception, man, where he just threw it right to the guy, didn't even see the linebacker.
Yeah.
Zach has flaws. Zach has a lot of flaws in which he needs to kind of clean up. From what I've heard, he had an okay camp, but when I saw him going down, as a person, I felt for him, but me as a fan, I really, a fan of the Jets, I really didn't think anything of it. I think Flacco is right now the more capable player. If you want to win more games, I think you can go with Flacco. I think Zach Wilson has the higher ceiling. He has the higher ceiling, but he hasn't proved it yet in the league, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I think he's more than capable. I think he has the arm talent to be able to do it. But as far as, the rigors of, being a top-notch NFL quarterback, Zach has improved it. I've seen Flacco play at that level. So
yeah. So let me ask you this, because I'm pretty sure you heard me talking to Chris Gillen, and salutes to him again. Let's say again this injury is about 2 to 4 weeks, right? So more than likely he's gonna possibly at the earliest he probably can come back if they push it, week 2, maybe week 1, right? Let's say he comes back and he's fully healthy week 2. Flacco goes out there week 1, looks solid, goes out there, the team wins, looks solid. Are you then moving to Zach Wilson if Flacco's looking solid with the offense? Or are you allowing Flacco to just continue throughout the rest of the season until I guess he falls off of a cliff? Is that what you're thinking? Are you thinking like some other fans are?
No, I don't care if Flacco played like Tom Brady. You have to know what you have in Zach Wilson, So, like, I'm pretty sure Joe Douglas is not going to let Joe Flacco, even if he lights it up, even if he looks like Tom Brady, he's not going to let him play over Zach Wilson. Like, you just can't. Like, I don't think the head coach is going to do it. I don't think the general manager is going to do it, and I don't think the owner's going to do it. Like, you just can't do it. Second year quarterback that you took, in the
second
top 5,
overall.
you got to see what he is. If he's 100% healthy.
Yeah. I mean, you took him second overall. I hear that take, Monty, and it's hard. It's tough for me not to agree with it, even though I like to rabble rouse and cause a lot of issues up here, as you know. It's tough.
You have to know what you have, man.
Yeah.
You can't. Well, first off, you can't do that to his confidence. Like if you're just gonna let Flacco play, then you're just saying basically, we're done. We're done with you, Zach Wilson. I know you're number 2 overall. You're sending a wrong message to him. You're sending a wrong message to your fans. It's just, you have to know what you have in the guy. It will only be his second year.
Yeah.
So if you drafted him number 2, you got to think highly of him. So, you got to go out there and give him the chance. Even though I think Flacco is the more prepared quarterback at this point. I think you still got to go with Zach, and hopefully he can get it together. Hopefully he's using this time for mental reps. I think it's more so, and this is what I did not like about, his rookie season. And this is like a Joe Douglas thing. When you draft a quarterback that high, you have to bring a veteran in to show him how to be a professional, show him how to film study. That things like that will benefit a young quarterback. And Joe Douglas, I mean, not even Joe Douglas, just the Jets organization have proven that they don't know how to properly, ease a young quarterback in. They just throw him out there. We saw the same thing with Sam Darnold. I don't know if you heard the Robbie, the I Am Athlete podcast with Robbie Anderson, but he said the same thing. Sam wasn't ready, and they just threw him out there. Even though we had Josh McCown, in the wing, they just kind of just threw him out there. And I think that was a mistake that we made in Zach's first year.
Yeah. Well,
in this development.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of like. I mean, I understand that, and I understand the mindset of sitting a quarterback. I get it. But in today's NFL and the modern NFL, we see that all over the league, right? Where guys start right away, especially on bad teams, right? Well, look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones started right away. And, man, Mac Jones is, you can say whatever you want to say about him, but he's a top 15 quarterback, and he's going out there, and he's going to be leading the Patriots for, looks like for foreseeable future years to come. You know what I'm saying? And he was successful. So I just think it's the vibe you got, how things handle. I think more so with Zach Wilson, the biggest issue his rookie year was more so what was put around him, how much he was getting hit. There was a lot of injuries, a lot of stuff like that, lack of protection, no running game, stuff like that going on. But again, like you said, I think, if he's healthy.
It also depends on the organization too, Joe.
Yeah.
It also depends on the organization. Like I look at Mahomes, he sat for a whole entire year. Yep. He had a good head coach. They are good. The Kansas City Chiefs are a good organization. And then look what happened. He flourished his second year. He was an MVP. He won the Super Bowl. And that's how I think that's the proper way that you're supposed to do things.
Yeah, no, look,
even with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was the same exact way, but I don't think you just play a quarterback to play the quarterback. I think you have to let him be comfortable in the position first, but not force it on him.
Hold on a second, though, Monty, and this is what I said earlier. Those teams had the luxury to do that. Mahomes was sitting behind Alex Smith, right? And the Chiefs were a good team. They weren't like the bottom of the barrel. They were a good team. But they knew, hey, Alex Smith limits our offense because of, what he can't do. They wanted a more vertical offense and push the ball downfield and athleticism, and that's what they got in Mahomes. You brought up Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, the Packers, they had far, but that Packers team wasn't trash. They had solid coaching, had all these things. We were in a different, like you said as well, a different state. We're in a different time as well. We've seen it across the league. I just brought up Mac Jones. Now I talked about Lamar Jackson. We've seen across the Bills started, Josh Allen was playing his rookie year. So was Herbert. I'm not comparing Zach Wilson to those guys talent-wise or nothing like that. I'm saying across the league, we've seen this happen and we've seen it work out. So it is what it is. But even going forward, give me your thoughts about the New York Jets signing Duane Brown, man. How are you feeling about him coming in, playing left tackle, and George Fant being moved to that right side? Are you concerned about him playing right tackle here? Because the last time we saw him there, it wasn't good.
I think the signing was an amazing signing. It was a critical signing because I think the tackle position we were kind of thin there. We were paper thin there actually, and I think it's good that we didn't play around. We got him in there on a good deal, and with Fant, to be honest, I really don't think it matters too much where tackles play, like which side, because I think if you're able to play, you're able to play. I think it matters who you're paired up. Yeah, I think it more so matters who you're paired up with. So the fact that Fant is paired up with AVT and they have some type of, camaraderie, I think that matters more than what side they're on. And I know he kind of struggled on the right side a little bit, but it all determined. It all matters who on that side with you, what guard is on that side with you, more than you just playing a side. So I think it's a good switch. I think Duane Brown is he's been doing it for so long, but if you don't have anybody good on that side with you, I don't think it's going to really matter too much, because you're going to be overcompensating. If the guard play is bad, you're going to be overcompensating on your side anyway. So
yeah. I mean,
I think it's a good signing.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like I think it was a good signing. It was necessary. It was needed. There's no way going into the second year you allow Zach Wilson, to get hit like he was getting hit last season. And again, without Mekhi Becton, we saw Match Mitchell be out there. We saw Connor McDermott go out there at left tackle. We saw Chuma Edoga. My God. Bro, Chuma Edoga.
Oh, my God. That's your boy, man. Chuma. That's your boy, man. USC, baby.
Monty, why you always bringing up old stuff, man? Every time I talk to you, you want to bring up old stuff.
Sorry,
yeah,
man.
He's from SC, man. And I told y'all that he wasn't going to be very good. I warned y'all, but nobody wanted to listen, man.
You did. I got to throw shots at USC.
Nobody
man.
ever wants to listen
to Ohio
to me.
State Buckeye over
here. Yeah, whatever. Listen, moving forward, all right, my final question before I let you go. As we continue throughout this preseason, again, we make these cuts today. What is a player that you're looking at coming up into this next game we got against the Falcons? What player are you looking at saying, hey, you better perform well in this game or your spot could be on the line for this roster? You could end up getting out of here. What one player are you looking at that to you is highlighted right now?
A player that I'm looking at. It's crazy. I'm not looking at one player in particular. The only guy that I can really think about is Denzel Mims, maybe.
Okay.
Or Wesco. Or is Wesco still on the team?
Well, we got
Trevon Wesco.
We got Ruckert on it. We got Ruckert here. Wesco is still here. You got Cager. You got Kenny Yeboah there as well. Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama.
Yeah, it will probably be Wesco. Wesco will probably be the odd man out. And I don't think there's nothing that he can do to really wow me in the game because he's not that type of player. But I hope we don't cut Denzel Mims because I think he's a good talent. I think he's learning the position, and I think he kind of took a lot of things personal last year because we us as Jets fans, we talk a lot of stuff. So I think he got better in the off season. I think he got in the playbook, maybe, and I think he got better. He worked on his craft, and I think he's going to be a player that we're going to need moving forward, because I think he's a guy who can stretch the field vertically and challenge corners deep. And I think he can open up a lot of things for Garrett Wilson. I think you have Corey Davis on the other side. I think you can have, Corey Davis on one side, Denzel Mims on the other, and I think you can have Garrett Wilson kind of working that middle, where you can kind of put him on the outside, put him on the inside. But Garrett Wilson will truly benefit from being able to be placed all over the field. The more weapons that we have, the better the offense will be.
Yeah, well, he better
so
get
I
it
think
together.
Denzel is a weapon.
He better get it together, though, Monty, because that
He
drop
will.
and the illegal formation penalties, the penalties we saw last season, too. He was doing the same stupid stuff, and I love Denzel. Everybody knows that. But until he gets it together, he will not see that field. We saw him last season not be able to get it together, and he was not utilized within the offense whatsoever. And especially when you got a guy like Lawrence Cager, you got Jeff Smith going out there playing well too. All right, Rashad Davis just got cut. Whew, he better be wiping his brow on that one, because there was a lot of people talking about Rashad Davis before he was muffing punts. He was putting things together in OTAs as well. Yeah. So that seat's getting hot for Denzel. I want to see him make it. Like you said as well, vertical threat, all those things. Yeah. But he's got to get it together.
The only thing that you have to worry about with Denzel is just mentally, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, the only thing that you need to worry about with Denzel Mims, man, is just mentally. If he can just get it together mentally and just get in this playbook, just be a student of the game, I think sky's the limit, because physically he has it. Yeah. He's a player. He can do some things, but he has to take his job more seriously as a NFL wide receiver. And I think that if he's going to take that next step this year, because there's no, we drafted Wilson. We drafted Wilson. We got Berrios. We got a lot of talent on this team. Yeah. So if he doesn't produce this year, he's going to be out of there. But I don't think we're at the point with this roster where we can just cut guys like Denzel Mims. He's still a nice talent, and what you want him to do is just develop as a player. And that's what the good franchises do, man. They don't just give up on guys, man. They just allow them to work through whatever's going on. But, man, hey, this is a make-or-break year.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
He's got to do something. Well, Monty, I got to slide off, man. Listen, thank you so much for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a good one.
Oh, for sure.
Listen, Monty calling in, bro. Yeah. Salutes to Monty. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next caller I'm coming to, 678. I'm coming directly to you. You're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and tell me what you think about Zach Wilson and his injury, man. How were you feeling when you saw it initially?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Right there. This is your Savage Julio coming back.
Hold on. I just needed to make sure. Julio, for those of you that don't know, Savage. Julio's a savage. Damn.
There we go.
Come on, Julio. Salutes to you, man. Good to see you back up in here, man. Listen, Zach Wilson, 2 to 4 weeks. Give me your thoughts on it. How are you feeling?
Man, I told you the other day when I put it in, I said I've seen the replay many times. I said that don't look like a season ending. I knew it. I just knew it wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
And you told me it looked like it was he was going to be out for the season. I think when that happened on that preseason game, I called you. I didn't call you. I actually texted in through your YouTube thing.
Yeah. The chat. Yeah, the chat. Yeah, we were going back and forth, man, and we were talking quite a bit. And again, I was a guy, like you said as well, I was definitely holding off. I was like, I don't want to believe it's ACL injury. I don't want to believe that. But then there started being guys that was coming out and saying that. Leger Duzable, to be completely honest, real. Once he put it out there that, hey, a lot of people believe it's an ACL injury. Remember, I said it live. I was like, yo, Leger said it, and Leger's like super close to the franchise, and there were Twitter doctors coming, no disrespect, but there was Twitter doctors coming out saying it was torn ACL, right? So I was like, I don't know too much, but when we had guys, close, but again, we know bone bruise, meniscus. He's had the surgery today, and things are looking good. Timetable 2 to 4 weeks. We're excited about it. But are you a fan that is starting to be concerned with the issues of health with him? There's a lot of fans out there that are really looking at him now and concerned that he's not a guy that's going to be able to stay healthy.
Nah, it's year 2 for him, so it happened. You know, I think he's not an injury-prone guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to come back. He's going to come strong. And I really think he's going to come back on week 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
I think coming at home
mm-hmm.
against the Dolphins will be the perfect thing.
Okay.
Because you don't want him to come back from the Steelers game or the Bengals game, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't want him to come back if he's not healthy. That's my only
That's
my
want
only
him 100%.
thing. Exactly. I want him 100%. Now, I'm a guy that the second that he's 100% and he is ready to go, let's do what we need to do to put him out there on the field. Let's make sure that he's prepared. Of course, there's a lot of people that talk about the mental aspect and stuff. Listen, you can get a guy prepared. It's not like he's going to fall off of a cliff, okay? He's going to be at the facility, for those of you that may not know. He's going to be at the facility. He's definitely going to be in contact with the staff. If they need to make sure that he's prepared and up to snuff, they will. And again, Mike LaFleur, who I think will be tested as well, because he's going to have to ensure that Wilson is prepared and ready to go. All you have to do is go back and say, okay, well, what did Zach do well last season? Let's put that a lot of that into the game plan, and let's allow him to go out there and execute, right? Let's just do that. Let's get him some easy throws early and get him rolling. What are your thoughts about that, Julio?
Perfectly, you said it perfectly, because if everybody remember last year when he got hurt and he came back,
mm-hmm.
and the session was down and his touchdown was way high.
Yep.
And we won the game.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on that.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at the situation
don't
now,
sleep on that.
Exactly. When you look at the situation now, man, when you look at the situation with our preseason game, man, who was the guy that was a standout performer to you? What guy did you see and you were like, wow, this was an impressive performance by him?
Breece Hall.
Okay.
Breece Hall. And I'll tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something in Breece Hall I haven't seen in years.
Really? Wow.
In years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I've been a Jets fan for a long time when Ken O'Brien was our quarterback.
Oof. That was a long time ago, Julio. That was a long time ago, my man. Woo. Let me tell you something.
I'm going to bring it when we had Curtis Martin. This
mm-hmm.
kid's going to remind me a lot of Curtis Martin. The moves that he do and stuff, watch out. Breece Hall is going to have a wonderful year.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Now, my final question for you, Julio, before I let you go, man, who's a guy that you're looking at going into this next upcoming game, this upcoming preseason game, saying, hey, you need to perform or you could be out of here? Who is a guy that you think roster spot could be in jeopardy if they don't perform well in this next upcoming game?
Kenny, your boy.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I can see that,
and
again, with all the guys that we have.
Yep, because all the tight ends that we got, I think he's going to catch the rust out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's a good tight end. He did great for us last year, I think, but he's in the rough.
Yeah.
Because, we got Rutgers, we got Puma, we got, I forgot his name.
Uzama Conklin as well.
Conklin.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I just think that he's on the bad break on it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not going to get that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear you, Julio. That's a good pick there. Listen, Julio, I got to slide off. I got callers. The lines is hot. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. My friend, it was phenomenal to speak with you. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
I got one more thing. Flacco will start on week 1, and we will be Baltimore.
Okay. Julio's talking that talk. All right, let's go. Salutes to you, Julio. You have yourself a good night, all right?
You too, man.
All right. Listen, Julio calling in. He said he's ready to go. Flacco's starting, and we're going to beat Baltimore. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. We're talking about it all. Listen, you talk about this defense in that preseason game too. I know a lot of people were like, oh, it looks like Swiss cheese. We were missing 5 guys, okay? There was 5 guys that were not playing. Lawson, C.J. Mosley, other guys. I think DJ Reed was out too. He's still dealing with that hamstring stuff. There's a lot of guys missing. Okay, hopefully, again, we'll get a lot of those guys back. Sulla's already said that Lawson's going to be playing upcoming, but the defense definitely went out there, and there's some things that can spruce up. But again, we'll get our guys back and get going. But I tell you what, that late hit by Quincy Williams hurts on that sideline. That was something else, man. That was something else. He's got to clean that up. I do not want to see him getting those penalties during the season. I don't want to see him, possibly suffer and get these penalties, during the preseason that could possibly get him suspended or anything for a game, because you know how we protect quarterbacks now in this league. It's insane. So see what happens going forward. But again, Quincy got a good talking to by Olbridge. That was talked about as well, and they sat down and had quite a long talk about that. Quincy's just got to slow up, man. He's got to slow up and not do that. But I'm telling you, Quincy this year, he's going to have a year. We're all suspecting that he's got a guy that's going to be a Pro Bowler. So we're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Next, I'm going to my guy, Mike. Mike, I'm coming directly to you. Next, Steve, I'll be coming to you next. Salutes to you, Mike. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, Mike, we've been talking, man. We talking Zach Wilson. We talking Jets Eagles. We're talking Jets O-line with Duane Brown, man. What are your thoughts about Zach Wilson and the injury, man? How are you feeling? Are you relieved that it was not an ACL, man? Are you relieved that it's just 2 to 4 weeks, bone bruised meniscus?
Well, being a longtime Jets fan, many years, going back to Joe Walton picking his nose on a sideline and rolling it with his hat turned around, or even longer than that. But with that being said, yeah, I was nervous because, here we go as a Jet fan. You're always looking for the proverbial shoe to drop. So I think it's good news. I think you can't keep him out, an extra week just to make sure he's fine. You don't want to rush him at all.
Yeah.
You want to take your time. And I don't think a lot of people were talking Flacco's the answer. I don't think he is either. But with that being said, a little longer term is that, I look at the season a little bit differently. I know as Jet fans, we always win the Super Bowl or great in the off season. And it's good to have hope. But, what I'm looking at, I just want a couple of things. I want to know, is Zach Wilson the guy or not at the end of the year? Can Saleh coach? Can he make game time decisions, clock management, that type of stuff? Can the team get on the field and off the field and look like a team? No butt fumbles or anything like that. And then finally, can they make halftime adjustments? I got to be honest with you. I don't care if they win 3 games this year. Those are my goals, for this team. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. And really, it's important to see that stuff because then you have hope for the future. You know what I'm saying? And if Zach's not your guy, you got to know this year to kind of plug that hole, so to speak.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where I'm at. If I could add one more thing, though, the guy that I want to say hopeful stays on the team, or at least another gentleman brought up that he may be used as a trade is Denzel Mims. I hope they don't cut him.
Yeah.
Look, I don't. Look, of course, I don't know the guy, but he seems like he's a lot of talent. Sometimes, you give up. Like I'll give you. Look at Ryan. You remember Ryan Yarbrough? The Jets. I think the Jets. I don't know if they cut him, but they didn't re-sign him, and then he went down to Atlanta and had almost, if not, a Hall of Fame career. You remember that guy?
Yeah, but
wide receiver.
Here's the deal, though, Mike. And I hear you. And again, I want to thank you for calling in. I hear exactly what you're saying. Denzel Mims, the physical talent is there, but dude, if he can't get it together mentally or whatever it is and get on the field, we're gonna keep having these issues, right? Last season, they talked about how he doesn't know the routes. He doesn't know the positions well enough to get on the field. This was when we were screaming for him. And the coaching staff had to come out and basically softly tell us he don't know the playbook, dog. So if you don't know where you're supposed to be, and then again, last season, what else did we see too? Boneheaded penalties, illegal formations, false starts, stuff like that. We saw that out of him. Well, if you look at, the game, he had 2 catches, I think 25 yards, illegal formation penalty, and a drop. And it's like when all these things are going on, I know he's fighting, right? I know he's fighting to make the roster. He's talked about wanting to be, pushing to be the number 1 guy. It's all there, but he's got to put all that other stuff together too, because most of football, honestly, is mental. Yeah, getting in physical shape is wonderful, but you have to mentally know things too. You have to be out there. You have to mentally know where you're supposed to be and how to get there. Because there's a ton of players in this league that are not wildly athletically gifted, but because mentally they're superior to a lot of other players out there and they know where to go, how to get there, what you're doing, how to dissect that stuff, they become unbelievably successful in the league. So Denzel Mims has to clean that up. And again, especially with other guys like Jeff Smith, Cager, all these other guys putting things together with this wide receiver core, if he doesn't get together soon, I'm sorry, Mike, he could find himself on the outside looking in. Give me your thoughts.
I hear you. I agree with everything you say, right? And he's got to, you could talk the talk, but, you got to walk the walk. So my only question is that, he sounds like the desire is there. Sounds like he wants to be the guy, saying all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a problem? And I'm not a smart guy, so I'm just going to throw this out. But Rex Ryan had dyslexia. No, I'm being serious.
Mm-hmm.
Rex Ryan had dyslexia. So when he would draw up the playbooks and stuff like that, it would be different. Whatever they were communicating, it would be in different colors and stuff like that. So he could read it and read it and digest it. I don't know. Maybe he's got a problem like that going on. I don't know. I agree with you. It's mental. John Madden always used to say that all sides is strictly, mental. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm hoping that they're smart enough to kind of figure it out and help him figure it out. And listen, if he doesn't do it, you got to let him go at some point, right? You can't, hold on to the guy forever. But hey, one other thing, real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you think Becton is ever coming back? I mean, he's on IR for this year.
Yeah.
I mean, really, his first year he was great, and then after that he basically shit the bed. I'm sorry.
Don't curse on my show. Yeah, don't curse on my show.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't mean to.
So here's the deal with Becton. Here's the deal with Becton is that Becton is, I think he will come back next year, but we'll have to see if they feel like they can go move forward with him and trust him, because at the same time, again, this is 2 years. He's dealing with the knee injury, right? 2 years. Last season, he didn't play at all. Now, this season, he's not going to play. If you do decide to ride and go forward with him, it depends on where we're going to put him, right? Is he going to play left? He's going to play right. What's going to happen with Duane Brown? Again, he's not a spring chicken. He's not a guy that I think is our future at left tackle. Then you look at George Fant. You got to see, hey, can they even get George Fant back under a deal? Because this is a guy, if he plays well this year and plays solidly out there at right tackle, he's going to go into a market where there are going to be teams vying for his services. So when you look at the situation with Mekhi, you also got to think, hey, can you trust going forward with him and hoping that he's going to be healthy? Because you're going to have to get an insurance policy, in my opinion, at this point, because he ain't been healthy in 2 years. So how can you just ride with this guy and not have an insurance policy behind him? So that's my thought going forward with him. I'll give you the last word before I let you go. How are you feeling about what the New York Jets should do with Mekhi Becton going forward?
I'm right there with you. I don't know if he's going to be back. I mean, he's a great big physical specimen, but some of these odd injuries, sometimes these guys just can't get away from it. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you that and so you can't basically put your faith in him, and it's not him as a person; it's just his body breaking down. But
yeah.
I am of the opinion. And I'm not a general manager. Joe Douglas is, but if I was him, every single year, I would look to get a pretty decent to upper level offensive lineman prospect, because they're always getting hurt. It's critical to have. So We'll see how this group does this year. It sounds pretty good right now, and I'm hopeful, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, Mike, I want to thank you for calling in. I got to slide off. You have yourself a good night, man.
You too. Stay well. Take care.
All right. Listen, Mike calling in with some takes. We'll keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We're taking all callers, all right? When you call in, please make sure your sound and your background is good to go. Make sure your phone's good as well. I do not want to hear, I don't want you to get me a phone from the back of the Home Depot dumpster and try to call me. I don't want to hear a bunch of background noise. I want to be able to hear you clearly. So does my audience. I want to hear your takes. I want to hear you got to say. So please put the Sesame Street phone away and call me from a phone with good connection so that I can hear you. No speaker phones, no crazy headsets, no nothing like that. I just want to be able to talk to you so that we can hear you. And also, when you call them out, sir, don't curse, man. You get crazy with the cursing, I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than we got Adam Gase out of here. Get your ass out. Man, can you imagine if all these things were going on and Adam Gase was our head coach at this point? My God. I am so glad we moved on from that bum. Anywho, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to area code 201. 201, I'm coming directly to you. You're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and how are you feeling about this situation with Zach Wilson? What were your thoughts about the injury, man? 201? Going once?
Yeah. Long Beach Joe, how are you, man?
What's going on? I'm all right. Give me your name, where you're from, my friend.
My name is Albie, man. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay. Albie, salutes to you. Good to see. Good to hear from you. Good to have you on the show. How are you feeling about Zach Wilson, man? What are your thoughts about the injury?
Actually, I'm a little bit relieved with today's news that when he went in, everything was cleared. So it looks like a 2 to 4 week window. He may not be ready for week 1, but it's possible he could be. So we'll see how the recovery goes, how fast he can get back. So I'm a little bit happy about that. As far as Flacco's concerned, with today's practice and the way he's been looking and with the reviews that we're getting, sounds like he's in a good spot. So, if I have to go into week 1 with Flacco, I feel confident, that we can still pull that game out. We'll see. It's nonetheless, either with Zach or with Flacco, it's going to be a little tough sledding.
Yeah.
Because, the Ravens are good. But let me ask you a question. Scenario here. I got into it with my cousin, who's also a Jet fan.
Okay.
And he said, what do we do if, let's say, Zach is not ready for week 1. He needs a couple of, weeks. And we start off, let's say 3-0. We beat those first 3 teams, being the Ravens at home, Cleveland without Deshaun on the road, and we come back and we beat the Bengals once again.
Yeah.
So we're 3-0. We're looking good. Offense is looking good. Flacco's doing his thing. And now Zach is ready. Do we go back to Zach, or do we leave the big man in there, the veteran who's led us to a 3-0 start?
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, first off, salutes to you, Albie, and this is a great question. We were kind of talking about it earlier. I think you go with Zach Wilson. And you go with Zach Wilson because if he's fully healthy, fully ready to go, right, that knee's good, everything's good. You go with Zach Wilson because you built the team for him. This is year 2. Okay, you go with Zach Wilson because he's your young quarterback. He's the franchise quarterback. You took him in number 2 for a reason. We were all excited about him this offseason. Every Jet fan that I talked to talked about how he, not just Jets fan, even media, analysts, everybody, talked about how he was going to be a top 15 or a top 10 quarterback this season, hands down. It was easy. Chris Sims was talking about it like it's a far gone conclusion. He's going to be top 15, top 10, said and done, and that's the end of it, right? That's what everybody was talking about. So with that being said, if he's going to be that guy that we all believe that he was going to be, right? And he's put the work in. We hear about his work ethic. We hear about everything that is coming with him, right? We need to figure out what this guy is. So that means we have to put him out there on the field. We have to see what he's going to bring to the table. We have to see what Zach Wilson brings. Now, again, just because we're 3-0, and this is what I don't understand with some Jets fans, being 3-0, wonderful. Joe Flacco playing well, wonderful. That's what we brought him in here to do. 37-year-old quarterback, going to be 38. He's a backup. No issues whatsoever, right? Zach Wilson is the future. Put him out there. Let's figure out what's happening with him. Let's go forward with him because, again, if he's as talented as everybody believes that he is, if he's as talented as Joe Douglas believes he is, the wins are going to keep coming, baby. Progression of Zach Wilson equals wins for the New York Jets. This entire thing is built for him. Everything is built for him. Give me your thoughts on that, man.
Yeah, you know what, Joe? I'm in agreement with you. My cousin wasn't so much.
Yeah.
I think that first interception on that first series has clouded his judgment a little bit.
Yeah.
And he just keeps thinking that, Zach's not the answer. But I'm in agreement with you. I think he's the franchise. He was the second overall pick. Like you said, we're going into year 2. And in all honesty, we can't afford to, delay his development any further.
Exactly.
The team was built for him. Let him ride. And at the end of the day, Woody's paying him big money. So I think that, Woody also knows that everybody is going to want the kid in there. So,
yeah.
And my other thing with that is that, like I told my cousin, was this. Okay, with 3-0, it's all nice and it's all good, like you said. But I'm not going to put all my eggs to say that we're 3-0 because of Joe Flacco. I think if we're 3-0, it's probably because we're playing good defense. We probably have a good running game, maybe the special teams. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just going to be Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
So I'm in agreement. I think you throw the kid in there because I don't want to sit the kid. He's ready to go. You sit him. If you wait till Joe Flacco falters, now you put the kid in there, and it's almost like you're putting the pressure on him to be the savior again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just say, you know what, Zach, you're back from injury. This is your team. And I'm a firm believer, I don't think any player should ever lose their position, their starting position, over an injury.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
that's what I think.
And I think.
But hey, man, thanks for everything, man, and keep up the good work. I enjoy the show, and go Jets, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling in, Albie. You have a good one. Listen, and I also think that may start to raise questions as well about your faith in Zach Wilson. If you don't feel like Zach could be the guy again that can continue your win streak, or continue to keep you afloat the rest of the season, where you can have a successful season under him, and you're so scared that you're going to ride with Joe Flacco, doesn't that show concern? If so, then why is Zach Wilson the starter? Why did you name him the starter if you're concerned about him tanking a 3-0 start? Those are questions that start to arise. So, again, I want to thank Albie for calling in. We'll keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. All right, when you call in, make sure your background's good. Don't call me from a phone that you found in the back of a Caprice, okay? Call me from a phone where I can hear you, all right? Look, I love and respect everybody, but I need to be able to hear you, okay? Call me from the back. Call me from a phone, okay, that has good reception so that I can hear you and your takes. I want to be able to go back and forth with you a bit, okay? All right, that's what I want. So we're going to keep getting to these lines. Everybody be patient. The lines are hot. I will get to everybody. Please give the stream a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends and your family as well, all right, across your social media, all right? It's always greatly appreciated when y'all do that. If you want to hit the super chat, please do. Cash App is at the bottom. If you can give to the platform, please do. It's always greatly appreciated. Hey, and do not call into my show cursing, okay, because I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than we got McCagnon out of here. Oh. Got McCagnon out of here smoothly. Well, not so smoothly, because we should have fired him before the draft and free agency. But either way, he's done. Okay, he's not here anymore. So we'll keep getting to these lines. Angelo, I'm coming to you next. Steve, 813, I'll come to you in a second. Angelo, we're coming directly to you. Salutes to you, Angelo. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, Angelo, we are talking Zach Wilson, man. How are you feeling about the injury? What are your thoughts on it going forward?
Well, thank God. I mean, I think when we all saw it, we're like ACL done for the year. The way he just put his pressure on that leg. And there's a really good guy to follow on YouTube. I think he's called the Fantasy Doctor, and he explains kind of every injury timetable. And his first thing was like, best case scenario, bone bruise. And worst case, probably a MCL sprain. So he didn't really think it was an ACL tear. And thank God. But you know what? I mean, he didn't really get off to a good start there. And I know Zach's still pretty young. And thank God we did sign Joe Flacco, because it is nice to have that veteran Super Bowl experience present as a backup.
Yeah.
As much as I like to see Mike White get out there, the gunslinger, I really like Mike White, but this is Joe Flacco's job now. And just to piggyback on the last caller, he did ask you a great question about if Flacco goes 3-0. Obviously, like my heart tells me, yeah, Zach Wilson, he's the guy we built the franchise around. He's the one we spent the capital on. But, I mean, in the back of our mind, I'm thinking, well, the best quarterback is going to play. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily think just because we spent the value on Zach, just because we built the team for Zach, if Joe Flacco's out there playing ball, I mean, I feel like they gotta compete. It ain't just like, okay, Zach, you're healthy. It's your job.
Here's my question though, Angelo, is that we've had talks this offseason, right? And you said out of your mouth that you think that Zach Wilson's going to be a top 10 quarterback. We've had these discussions. I remember talking to you about it. You think he was going to be a top quarterback in this league. So if you're telling me that the best quarterback will play, you look at the top quarterbacks in the league, would you sit any of those guys behind Joe Flacco if they were fully healthy? No. I'm guessing by the silence. Yeah, no,
probably not.
No, yeah, okay. So why would you sit Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
That's my.
It just depends in practice. I think at that point I want a competition. I don't want just to put in Zach because he drafted him number 2 overall. I want it to be the best quarterback for the team.
Okay.
So in practice and in the games.
But Angelo, if we're talking about the best, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if we're talking about the best quarterback for the team, isn't it Zach Wilson? He's named the starter. If you're the starter, you're the best quarterback for the team.
Yeah.
So then if he's the best quarterback for the team.
That's in practice.
Yeah, but if he's the best quarterback for the team, then you play him. To me, what it sounds like when I have these discussions, and I'm not, knocking your perspective. I get it, right? But when we go back and forth, it's kind of this talk as of, somehow that Joe Flacco is better than Zach or would be a better fit, like you just said as well, the best quarterback for the team. No, listen, Joe Flacco is a backup. He's a 37-year-old quarterback that's going to be 38, coming soon. He's not our future. He's not the best option here. Zach Wilson was taken second overall. Second overall. If you do not believe that he is the best option on his team, then guess what? Why is he here? And why in the world is Joe Douglas not getting heat then? Because if you don't believe that Zach Wilson is better than Joe Flacco, then you need to speak with Joe Douglas, because he just jacked up the second pick in the first round. There's already a lot of question marks about the first draft. Now we're talking about you jacking up the first pick in the second round, or the second pick in the first round. That leads to more questions for me. So, look, I get it. 3-0, that would be phenomenal. But that would be Joe Douglas doing his job, right? Getting a guy that can come in and be a solid backup quarterback. That does not mean that Joe Flacco is the answer. That does not mean that. It really doesn't. Right? In my mind, it doesn't.
If Zach
Go ahead.
Wilson gets in, if Zach Wilson goes back in after 3-0,
Mm-hmm.
and then Zach Wilson goes 0-4. So, again, I think in a sense, you are correct. That is the right move. I'm just saying you are correct. That's the right move. You got to put in Zach Wilson because he's the future. This is the way the league is built. You have to put in Zach Wilson. I agree with you. I'm just saying in the back of my mind, maybe if Joe Flacco is playing better, disregard the second pick. Disregard the asset we gave for Zach and the team we built for him. I'm just saying a part of me wants to say, play the best quarterback on the field for the team.
And
that's Zach, it's Zach.
No, it should be Zach, because if he's not the best quarterback on the team, he wouldn't be the starter. That becomes my question. And why is it always, again, when I have these discussions, is, well, what if he goes 0-4? Well, then why is everybody saying that he's going to be a top 10 quarterback? Why is it this fear all of a sudden that the second that Zach Wilson is healthy and is ready to go, that he's going to completely derail the season if we started off good? Where did that fear come from? Because everybody is telling me that
but it's almost like.
But then why are people consistently telling me that he's going to be a top quarterback if you fear starting the guy? Why? So something's going on here. Somebody,
okay.
You understand? Like that's contradicting. Like a lot of people are contradicting themselves when I have these discussions with them. If you believe that Zach Wilson's going to be a top 10 quarterback in this league, then why are you concerned that he's going to derail the New York Jets season? He shouldn't. As a matter of fact, he should come in here and we should excel, because he should run the offense to maximum efficiency. I'll give you the last word on this, Angela.
So you want to put the best players on the field, okay? So Zach is young. Yes, he is the starting quarterback. I guess he was tabbed the starting quarterback. I'm not sure if there was a competition at all. I think going into training camp, Zach is the starter, instead of, because you don't want Joe Douglas and them saying there's a competition, because that just derails Zach's, persona there. He's probably not feeling like that. But I think the league needs to get away from just, okay, we have to start Zach Wilson because that's the way it is. Not because he's the best quarterback, but because we drafted him number 2 overall. Now, you're right. We brought in Joe Flacco as a backup. 37 years old, no future with the team, okay? And that's why we brought him in, though. We brought him in because he's a veteran experience. Zach Wilson's a young guy. So you want Zach Wilson out there playing so he can get the experience. I agree. You got to start Zach. I'm just saying that a part of me says if Joe Flacco is playing lights out, hey, okay, well, at that point, you got to play him. But I don't know.
No, look.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough because
Yeah, listen, Angelo, and I hear you. But with everything on the line, with all the assets and all the things, and again, you have to. This is year 2. This is not like year 4 where we have these question marks, and it's year 4 with Zach. This is year 2. This is the year where we see him take that next step forward. If you don't put him out there when he's fully healthy and allow him to go out there and make the decision so you can definitively say whether he's good or he's bad, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're going to cost the franchise. Because when it comes time to pay this guy, if you don't know everything about him, every nook and cranny, every positive and negative, every up and down that he has, you might falsely invest in a quarterback that will drag your franchise down for years. We are seeing that guys are getting contracts that are unbelievable. That's why you build around them on their rookie contracts, because it's cheap. But when guys actually get paid, then it's very hard to build around them. That's when they're supposed to really be able to lift the franchise then, because the talent's going to be there. The recognition skills are going to be there. And I'm telling you, if you don't figure it out, there's going to be some issues. But before I let you go, Angelo, give me a guy that you're looking at right now and you're saying, hey, if you don't step up your performance against these Falcons in this upcoming game, you could be off the roster.
That's a good question. I want to say Denzel Mims because I feel like he's been playing a lot better. He's been playing a lot better in practice, but I just don't know if there's a roster spot for him. I think he's got to come out and shine. I think they like that guy Jeff Smith for the special teams value. Our receiver core is deep now. Yeah. And I think there has been some speculation about a Denzel Mims trade, but I would really like to keep him. I really would want him to just step up, man. And we really need him to be that 4th or 5th wide receiver. And, I wouldn't say we drop him. I would say we trade him if that's the case. But, man, he's got to come out and just have a big game. Yeah. We're waiting for it. We've been waiting for it since we drafted him in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a touchdown. So I'm waiting for Denzel Mims, man. Let's pray for Denzel Mims to have a good game against the Falcons and continue his streak from practice and continue into the game. Yeah,
I'm hoping. He's there's been some issues, but I want to see him succeed, but he's got to put it together. Listen, Angelo, I got to get back to these lines, man. It's been hot. It was a phenomenal call from you, man. You have yourself a good night, all right, my friend?
You too, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. Listen, Angelo calling in with some heat. I'm not going to lie, man. He brought it. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Again, please give the stream a thumbs up. Share the stream. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit the super chat if you can. If you can't, hit the Cash App. Anything you give to the platform is greatly appreciated. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Ted, I'm coming to you next. Salutes to my guy Ted. Steve, A, my guy BK. I'll get to you guys in a second. Listen, Ted, this has been a hot night, man. You didn't heard the talk. Salutes to you. For those of you that do not know, Ted Savage. He's a savage. Listen, salutes to you. You already know. Zach Wilson, knee injury. How are you feeling about this situation, man?
Well, we dodged the bullet, evidently. I don't know. We still have to see, how he comes out of the surgery. Recovery and how he works out after that, how he looks. I just have to go back to the callers that keep bringing up Flacco, and all your arguments were logical, Joe. Counter arguments were logical because if we don't know what Zach is, and Flacco's another year older, we're another year away from a potential franchise quarterback.
Yep.
So we're just what's the solution then? And what is the logic of sitting Zach because you play the hot hand, and then first you don't find out what kind of player Zach could potentially be, which you have to do, and second is what's your plan after that? Do you keep drafting quarterbacks every 3 years and say, oh, well, we're going to play the hot hand, and then pay him the money and invest the draft capital in a high pick potentially? It's just, I think it's more an emotional argument than a logical argument when it comes down.
Yeah, it's tough. And again, I want to be very clear. I'm not Captain Zach. I'm not saying that he's better than Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what happens. But I'm a guy that's looking at it and saying, I want to figure out what he is. If he sucks, I want to know. If he's good, I want to know. And the only way to know that is to see him on the field. All right? If he's out there for six, if 7 games and he looks like, I don't know who was terrible. If he looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick did against the Chiefs in all of those games, I know he's trash. I know he's trash. When Ryan Fitzpatrick threw all them damn interceptions in that game, I know he's trash. But I won't know until I see it.
Right.
I won't know until I see it. And the only way to do that is to put him on the field and see. Joe Flacco, if he gets us to 3-0, phenomenal. Good job. We brought you in to be a solid backup quarterback. But you are about to be 38. You're not the future. And if everybody is telling me that they believe that Zach Wilson's going to be a top 10 quarterback, why is everybody talking about this now? Why is everybody talking about this? Because there's not one top 10 quarterback that I'm willing to sit behind Joe Flacco. I don't give a damn how hot he is. I don't care. I don't care how much heat he's got. Don't care. Put in my top 10, top 15 quarterback, period. You know what I'm saying, Ted? Now, before I let you go, Ted, because the lines are hot, the show's coming to a close, give me a guy, man, that you're looking at right now, and you're saying to yourself, you better step up, because if you don't, you might be gone after this Falcons game.
That's a tough call. I feel like we have to look at the roster, and see what potential positions are up. I really have to take a close look at that.
You're breaking up a bit. You're breaking up, Ted.
Oh, sorry. I have to look at the roster. I really haven't looked at.
Well, I think a guy like Denzel Mims, I think, is hot on everybody's mind. Yeah, I think a guy like Denzel Mims is hot on everybody's mind right now. Looking at him saying, hey, if you don't start having some better performances, you might find yourself on the outside looking in. Is he a guy that you're looking at and saying that?
You're buried in the center.
Yeah.
You can't make plays.
You're breaking up a little bit, Ted. We'll come back to you in a second. Ted. Ted's phones was breaking up again. We'll come back to you in a second, though, Ted. We're gonna keep moving through these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, I'm going to my guy A. BK will come to you next. A, salutes to you. It's good to see you in here. Listen, we're talking Zach Wilson, man. How do you feel about the injury? What are your thoughts about him going forward, man? Are you concerned with his ability to not stay healthy? Are you a fan that's looking at him saying, I don't know, he's got quite a bit of an injury history? A, 646? My guy A. Maybe A is. A, are you there?
We good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
All right, brother. I'm sorry. Good to see you, brother. Good to hear from you, brother.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, man. It was just a quick breath of just relief, because I thought we just weren't going to see the potential. We got to know what this guy is at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were going to get robbed of that, But I do have concerns, not just about his health, because he just got in there. Now he has 2 knee injuries, but his play is a little bit too up and down, too erratic.
Yeah.
Like the best analogy I can think of is, Joe Douglas put together this Ferrari, right? For 3 years, you saved it to buy this Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to hand it over to my son.
Mm-hmm.
But my son's reckless. He doesn't slide. Instead, he just tries to slide head first. He doesn't look off the linebacker and throws a pitch. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to crash my Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm seeing right now from Zach Wilson. It is starting to scare me. I think his ceiling is a Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, but he's not there yet. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My coach used to say it's not our job to turn the light on. We just got to keep flipping the switch. It just might not be there for him yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying give up on him, but I personally, if I was coaching him right now, based on his performance, he missed that wide open out route to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
He shook that cornerback. He shook him out his drawers, and he just whisked on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely should have slid instead of just trying to, I love the shake and bake move. I'm not even going to get on him for being an athlete. But, sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. It's a preseason game, bro. You don't need to do all that.
Yeah. No,
but
listen.
I don't know. So I'm not gonna take that away from him.
Yeah.
And even that pick, I can kind of forgive him for that because I got to be honest. I think some of that was play design also.
Mm-hmm.
And people probably, not going to kill me on that. But, you didn't have any receiver kind of to hold that inside linebacker that picked them off. Usually that's supposed to be a snag route. You had an out route. You had a 5-yard hitch. And you didn't have anyone to hold an inside backer. So you could even put that in LaFleur if you wanted to. But still, Zach threw the ball. If you know it's not there, you eat it.
Yeah.
Or, you throw it at the receiver's feet. He still had that mentality of, I'm Top Gun. I'm the Maverick. I'm gonna fit it in no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm on the ball no matter what. I'm gonna shake and bake no matter what. You're gonna crash the Ferrari. If that's still your mindset, you're gonna crash the Ferrari.
Yeah.
And
Listen.
Ferrari.
Like you said, I understand. He locked in, and that guy read his eyes straight to the interception. Like you said, there's things he needs to clean up. But again, for me, I look at it like, yeah, it sucked, but it was, one play or one series, preseason game. I think he can kind of get that out of his system. We've seen him come back and have those flashes of greatness, just consistency. But again, with the injury, it's going to be tough, having him come in. But the lines are hot, A. So my final question before I let you go, man, because you already started off with some really good takes. Give me a guy quickly that you're looking at that you're saying, hey, you need to step up because your roster spot is in jeopardy. You could be a guy that really is fighting for a spot, or you could be gone if you don't have some better performances.
I think Denzel Mims is, obviously low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Michael P. Ryan. I thought he had some good holes, and he's kept tripping over his feet.
Yep.
I think, he had a nice little draw run at 14 yards, but we need 15. Power through that.
Yeah.
I want to see that you finish those runs when you got holes like that to capitalize. You've been hurt all the time. Jabari Zuniga, another one.
Yeah.
So, and maybe even Marcel Harris. He kind of got abused out there. And he was going to start with the ones. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know where they pulled this guy out of.
Yeah.
But, just those quick four real quick.
Okay. Listen, A, I got to slide off, man. You have yourself a good night. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
You got it, big brother. Do your thing.
All right, absolutely. Listen, 515-602-9639. We're going to keep going to the line. Show's getting a little short, so we got to get everybody's takes in quickly. So give me your takes, and we'll keep going. BK, my guy, I'm coming to you next. 443. Tommy will come to you in a second. Steve will come to you in a second. BK salutes to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, BK, Zach Wilson, all right, knee injury. How are you feeling about it really quickly? Give me your thoughts on the situation, and what are your thoughts about that first drive as well?
Yeah, man, that first drive, man, it was a little bit, he didn't look good. That's one. He didn't look good. And then the decision that he made, that bothered me. So, I mean, I'm glad he's not, it's not significant, at least from what they're telling us now. And I hope he heal up well. But this is a good time for him to sit and watch. Yeah. Because he, like the last caller just said, he was a bit reckless in his play. And that's concerning to me, you know what I'm saying? And I think that at this time right now, he just sit and watch. He'll get back in there probably week 4 or 5, and then we'll take it from there. We'll just see where we at that time, too,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great take there. Now, my final question, BK, when you look at this roster, give me a guy that you're looking at and you're saying, hey, you better step up your performance because you're on the bubble. And if you don't have a good performance, you could be off this roster. What's one guy you're looking at that for you kind of fits that mold?
Man, well, like the last caller said, it's probably Mims in terms of because, again, he was drafted a second round. It looks like he's not getting a fair shot, but then at times when he does, it don't look that productive. And with the talent they have on the roster now as a receiver, I don't think he's going to be there, man, by the third game. Wow. I don't believe. I'm meaning the third preseason game. Wow. I don't think he'll be there. I mean, we got depth on our receivers. We got depth in the running back room, so I don't see him there.
Yeah. No, listen, BK, I respect it. I respect your takes. Listen, I got to slide off, man. Lines got hot. Lines been hot, but they got even hotter, man. This is a couple seconds ago. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, man. I really like hearing your takes.
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a good one, brother. Absolutely. Listen, BK salutes to him. We're going to keep getting to these lines, man. 443. I'm coming directly to you. You know what I'm saying? We're giving takes real quickly. So used to you 443. Give me your name, where you're from, and how do you feel about this injury of Zach Wilson?
My name is Duane. I'm from Baltimore, and my take on Zach Wilson is I'm feeling a little, not actually uncertain, but a little weary, as every Jets fan is, because that first job that he did was something that he overthrew Garrett Wilson, but he did hit Tyler Conklin in a good spot.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of wary. And so, and plus, like, the injury that came on, re-aggravated, injury that he had before in the Patriots game, that's kind of like, just very, very just nervous on him. So you got guys like Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud coming in next draft. It's kind of like the angle is that make it break it year, but it's kind of like you don't want to pass on that type of talent. So that's what I'm kind of worried on.
Wow. So for you, you're already looking elsewhere. Are you a guy that's ready to move on from Zach Wilson at this point?
I'm not saying moving on, but I'm just saying, like, if he had like another year that he had before, even though that first year was, completely abysmal injuries, first year coaches and stuff like that. I'm not saying like let's move on from him.
Yeah.
But if he don't show like something that's like black and white, if it's something like, oh, this man just drastically improved, I'll be like looking at the C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young market. I just be looking over there.
Okay. I can somewhat understand that. Just taking a peek, especially again if he looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick did against the Chiefs all the rest of the season. I could see that. Now for you, really quickly, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, is there a guy that you're looking at that you feel like really stood out in this recent preseason game? Really quickly.
A lot of people want to talk about this, but Michael Clemens, that guy right there, he stood out to me the most. That man is something to be put like he deserved to be in that rotation. He definitely deserved to be in that rotation.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, my friend, it was great to speak to you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right? I really, you know what I'm saying? I got some peeps out in Baltimore. I got some good people out there. Salutes and respect to you, all right? You have yourself a good night.
You too.
All right. Listen, we got guys calling in from all over the place. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, time's running short, so we're getting these quick takes in. I'm going to go to Steve next. Steve, I'm coming directly to you. Salutes to you, Steve. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. We're getting these quick takes because the show's coming to a close, man. It was great to be able to speak with you. Quickly, give me your thoughts about Zach Wilson and this injury, man. How are you feeling about it, and what were your thoughts about his first drive?
Hey, Joe. First of all, thank you again for having me on your show tonight.
Absolutely.
Let me just say this, Joe. When Zach Wilson, well, obviously the first drive obviously didn't end well because he threw the pick. And then when the second drive was in the game, Joe, let me just tell you something right now. When Zach Wilson went down, my heart dropped from my chest down to my stomach. Joe, I was sick to my stomach when I saw Zach got hurt. And then I was saying to myself, oh, my God, this is a torn ACL. The season's gonna be over for him. It's just gonna suck. But then later on that night, when we did find out that after when the game was done, there was a report that Connor Hughes came out towards the end saying that there might have been a possibility that he did inherit ACL, but we'll wait for the MRI results. Next day on Saturday, everyone was all Jet fans on Twitter were waiting for the MRI results. When I found out about that it was just a bruised bone, I breathed the biggest sigh of relief.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm not angry at Zach Wilson for what he did in the game. Because all Zach had to do, Joe, was step out of bounds.
Yeah.
And honestly, he got what he should have done. Listen, I could understand if this was a regular season game on the line and the Jets were fighting for a playoff spot at that time. But honestly, it was a preseason game. And let me just tell you something. I hope going down the road that this is a lesson that Zach Wilson learned. And the surgery went well today. Joe. And the best part is, it is still going to be 2 to 4 weeks. But the only thing I'll say before I let you talk, Joe.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. If Zach Wilson is not ready by week number 1, I will be okay with that. And if you want my honest opinion about it, I wouldn't mind Joe Flacco starting the first game of the year against the Ravens.
Okay.
Because I would want Zach to be back 100%. But when he is 100%, I don't care if it's Joe Flacco or if it's Mike White who is playing well for us. This is Zach's team, okay? This is his team. Got to be the one out there. Second overall pick back in 2001.
Yeah.
He's got to be out there.
Listen,
right,
Steve. Listen, Steve. I hear your takes, man, and those were solid takes. Now, give me – this is my final question for you. Give me a guy that you're looking at in this next upcoming game that you think is on, the spot to possibly not make the roster if he doesn't have a good performance really quickly.
Yeah, I think the player and I remember saying this from earlier, and I agree with most of the other callers about this. Like I said, it is Denzel Mims.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, going into this preseason, this is the last chance for Denzel Mims.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to prove himself either in the game against the Falcons on Monday night or in the game against the Giants on the last preseason game. And this is the game where he's got to prove that he can still be on the team. I mean, listen, I don't think, Joe, he is going to be on the 53-man roster before the season starts. But, listen, we'll see where we're at this point.
Yeah, listen, Steve, you brought some takes there, and I hear you, man. Listen. Salutes to Steve. We're going to continue to move through these lines. Next, I'm going to my guy, Tommy. Tommy, I'm coming directly to you. Salutes to you, Tommy. I want to thank you for calling in. Again, time's getting short. I wanted to hear you and get your takes on the board. Listen, how are you feeling about this situation with Zach Wilson, the injury to the knee? What are your thoughts about it quickly, my friend?
Listen, Joe, that was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson, he looked like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
He looked like a fish out of water. But he went down like a freaking sack of potatoes, man.
Yeah.
He didn't slide, nothing. And I don't know what made him go inside. I was like, just go outside, just go push him for him to go outside. But you know who I respect out of that play? I respect the Eagles' defense because they didn't kill him. He was laying there, open target to get murdered, and he did not get. He didn't barely touch them. You know what? Why? Because a few plays before that, Quincy Williams. Look what he did. With that late hit.
Yeah.
He got a penalty for it.
Yep.
But I mean, I would think they're looking for revenge. And I thought they would have. And you know what? He was just, he just really turned my stomach. This guy. And you know what? And I don't hear no excuses. It was a long preseason of practice, off season of practice, and he should have been he should have been ready for that first game.
Yeah. I mean, that first drive was tough to see the interception. It was rough to see, but again, still playing through. I thought that he should have got out of bounds. He didn't. He should have slid. A lot of people saying it was a selfish play because he wanted to make a play. I understand that take there, but hopefully, again, when Zach comes back, everything gets rolling. He's all right. They'll prep him, make sure he's good to go. Now, before I let you go, Tommy, really quickly, give me the name of one guy you're looking at to really step up in this upcoming game because you feel like he can be on the roster bubble and get cut.
There was a undrafted free agent called as a linebacker called DQ Thomas, and I haven't really heard his name lately. Yeah. I mean, we need some linebackers to step up. And listen, he's just as good as any, and I love his first name. You're talking to Thomas right here.
Yeah.
He's talking to Tommy, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
I want to buy his jersey.
Yeah. So listen, Tommy, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Salutes for calling in, man. It was great speaking to you, my friend. It was great speaking to you. Listen, I understand the Thomas connection. I get it, man. There's you definitely get people's jerseys, all right? Listen, the show's coming to a close. That was a hot one. We got a bunch of more guys coming on in. You know what I'm saying? It was salutes to everybody. Lines was packed. Lines was hot tonight. I got to close it out because we're getting short on time. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. Listen, I'm on Twitter as well, okay? YoungJ000, okay? YoungJ000. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times, I will have that Vera Tucker jersey on, okay? You see what he's doing out there. He's doing work. Fight on, okay? So he'll be down at the bottom of the bridge trolling with me as well. If you want to hit the show's page, it's at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe, all right? I'm also on YouTube as well, Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. If you want to troll me, no issues. The troll that lives under that bridge will be there too. Hit those comments. We'll go back and forth. I'll troll you in the comments. And as always, people, when you see me in person, okay, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? Free hugs for everyone. The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing. Thank you, folks, for taking the time out of your day
90 seconds.
to listen and watch the show, okay, and call in. Without you folks, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the times out to call into the show. And again, salutes to Chris Giblin for calling in. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas Jets fan club. Get involved with them any way that you can. Those folks are doing phenomenal things out there. I want to thank you folks for listening and watching and calling in. You folks are the absolute best. Peace. 1 second, folks. All right, I am back. Listen, people, this was a hot show. Look, I want to thank everybody for calling in and listening to the show. If you are new to the show, if you are new to me, okay, and what I do over here, we do these shows year-round, all right? Exclamation point. Links in the chat. That gives you the links to my link tree, okay? The link tree has the links to all of my stuff, all of my social media, all of my YouTube pages. Please subscribe to all of my YouTube pages. If you have not, content is coming very soon for the other ones. I have a very crazy schedule. I try my best. Okay, I really, really do. But I'm telling you, it's coming. And I also have some really fun things coming up as well outside of just that. We also game on this channel as well. So if I play Street Fighter, we play Resident Evil, we play Outlast, NBA, 2K, Madden, all that stuff. We have a lot of fun doing that stuff. And when my schedule, allows me to, we're going to get back to a lot of those things. So if your boy pops up on your feed, all right, after you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you're like, Joe, what are you doing? Yeah, we game in here. You know what I'm saying? And we sit down and we laugh and we have a lot of fun. We talk about life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do when you do that. Again, these shows are year-round. These radio shows, year-round, okay? We talk about the Jets year-round. This number here does not change, okay? It does not change until I tell you that it changes, which means, all right, a lot of the veteran guys, what they do is they call in early to get on the show earlier. Again, I respect everybody's time. I cannot give everybody like 30 minutes, okay? We can't do that. As y'all saw tonight, things got hot, things got rolling, as the show, again, I do a 2-hour show. So generally I start my show at 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern is when I start my show. If you follow me across all my social media platforms, I'll announce way before I do the show that I'm doing it, okay? Generally, it's always on either a Tuesday or a Friday, okay? Again, my schedule is crazy, so that's generally what I can do at a Tuesday or a Friday. But you'll see, the announcement that I'm doing a show, the topics and everything, okay? Put along my social media. So please, again, follow me across my social media. Keep in the know. So we have a lot of fun and we do a lot of things on here. But if you want to call into the show, if you want to get on earlier, what people do is they call about 5 to 10 minutes before the show starts. The lines will open up. So all you have to do is sit on the lines for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then once the show starts, I'll talk a little bit about, what I want to discuss, about 10, maybe 15 minutes. I don't go over that too much, right? 10, 15 minutes. Even if I have an interview, it's about 10 or 15 minutes. And then we start talking about the Jets. And then you can come on earlier when it's time for callers, and we'll give you your time. Again, when you call in, please make sure that your phone's good and your background's good. I know everybody has, different things going on, but I want to be able to hear you, okay? I want to be able to hear you, and I want to be able to, understand your takes. So for that to happen, please make sure your background's clear as well, not a bunch of noise. If you're a construction worker, you're on your jackhammer, please don't call me when you're on your jackhammer. Get off your jackhammer, go down the street a little bit where it's, a lot more quieter. Talk to me about your takes about the Jets. I want to be able to hear you, and then go back to your jackhammer, and we can get back to having discussions as well with other people about the Jets. So, that's and don't curse on my show. Don't be calling in here cursing a bunch. I'll get you out of here, okay? Fast, all right? I don't like this. A family show. No, okay? Don't be calling in here doing that. All right, that's the only the only rule to my show, really. Don't call in here cursing. You're calling here cursing, I'll get you out of here. You'll be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's a family show. I don't allow this on my radio show, okay? But hey, even if you have a take, if I don't agree with it, of course, I'm going to respectfully debate. Let's go back and forth. And, I'm not here to disrespect anybody. Nobody will ever see me go crazy or nothing like that, disrespect people. I'm here to, have that exchange. I want to hear from y'all. I want you, to give me your points. Again, I've had talks with people where they had a strong point and it, convinced me to be like, okay, Yeah, I feel that. I want to hear your perspective. That's why I do this show, is to connect with fans, and not just Jets fans. We have people that call in that are not Jets fans at all, and if they just want to talk about football, we can do that here. You know what I'm saying? I respect it, and I'll get your takes from your side of the coin. But guess what? I just want to remind people, we bleed green. Okay? I'm just saying that. I'm saying we respect all football fans. Listen, I don't care. We have Bears fans, Falcons fans call in, all kinds of stuff. But we bleed green over here. All right? That's all I'm saying. Go Jets. 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 All right? That's what we do here. So yeah, please, again, hit that link tree and subscribe to all my channels. Please follow me across my social medias. Yeah, we just have a lot of fun here. So these years around. Oh, during the season, we do a watch along, like just during the preseason too. When I can, my schedule allows, we watch the game together. And generally during the season, if I can, we have a live radio show after the game to discuss what we saw. So you'll be able to call in immediately and talk to me about how you feel about the New York Jets. I'll open up the lines, and those shows are crazier than Crazy Glue. Anybody gets that reference. It's crazier than Crazy Glue, all right? Yeah, so it's always a good time for that as well. So salutes to everybody. I'm going to get on up out of here pretty soon. Salutes to NY Jets FL. It's good to hear from you, man. Good to hear from you. Again, please call in again. I know, your phone got going, but I really liked your takes on what you was bringing to the table. Salutes to NY Jets FL. Says, thanks, Joe. Till next time. Salutes. Good to see you in here. Salutes to my guy, Lonely. Good to see you in here as well. Mr. Green, ATC, ACE. Good to see you in here as well. ATC says, straight savage. Robert Saleh on the hot seat. We'll see, man. I don't know if he's on the hot seat. We'll see, though. I mean, he's got to put some things together this year, but I'm excited about him. But he says he's a great motivator, but I don't see him having success as a head coach. He'll be gone in 2 years. Okay. All right. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, ATC. We'll see. But salutes to you. Good to see you in here. Salutes to Family Man as well. Good to see you. He says, I love Zach's ceiling. His floor is scary. We need to see what he is consistently. Let him watch Flacco work for 4 weeks and then let him sink or swim. We'll see, man. We'll see. My thing is, the second that Zach is healthy, I want to see him out on the field. I want to see him out on the field. NY Jets SL says, those postmortems are epic. Yeah, the shows after the game, especially if it's a really bad game. Oh, those shows were just, man. I had to remind people, don't curse like 50 times. Okay. But I understand. I was upset myself, but just don't curse on my show. But those are great shows. But salutes to NY Jets FL again. Salutes to Family Man, ATC, Mr. Green, The Hunter. Salutes to you as well. Steel Stone, GM. Salutes to you as well. Salutes to everybody that just came on by. Vibes, Mo. Salutes to you, Mo. I understand, your takes. I see. You feel how you feel, Mo, but, we'll see what happens. I'll just say that, Mo. We'll see what happens. Hopefully things can go well and it'll raise your optimism about the football team. Salutes to Edward as well. Always good to see you in here. Dark Soldier, always good to see you in here as well. Blitz BK, good to see you in here as well. My guy BK, Monty, everybody that came on in and just said, what's up, man? Really, really appreciate y'all stopping by. Jay Johnson, salutes to you. Good to see you in here too. Jay Johnson says, what up, Joe? What up, Savages? Salutes to everybody. I'll let you guys know when my next show is. We'll announce that. But listen, we're gonna have continue to have a good time. Again, these shows will be year round. When my schedule lets up, we're gonna be doing a lot of other stuff too. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. So salutes to everybody again. Please subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to all of my channels and hit that notification bell. So I'm gonna get on out of here, folks. Listen, the world is crazy. Be safe. Okay. There's a lot of crazy things going on, man. I don't even know, that's the best way I can put it, man. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world, and I want y'all to be safe, bro. Real talk, I want y'all to be safe, all right? Sit down with your friends, your family, get some good food, watch some good TV, sit down and make memories with those people that you love, man, all right? Sit down and make memories with the people that you love. And let the people that you love know that you love them. That's extremely important, man, especially in today's time. You know what I'm saying? Especially in today's time. That's always been big with me. Let the people that you love know that you love them, okay? It's extremely important. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. You folks have a good one. I'll let you folks know when we're doing a show. I'll let you guys